So I know usually we start, on a map and that kind of thing, but I have a purpose, I promise. So hello everybody, welcome back to the Hunter Classic launcher, I guess. Well, it is just after midnight on March 31st, which means that the March Mule Deer competition is over. And we are looking at a new champion this month, with Gun Hub Gaming coming in first place with a mule deer that scored 216, and a very close second place from Hagster Plays that scored 215. So congratulations, guys. Haggy, Gun Hub, thank you for participating. Your winnings are in your DMs. You know where to look. Let's talk about something real quick first. So with the competition so far, I've had people been submitting their score sheets. And while that's necessary for me, I think we're going to make a quick little change to that. So now, I'm going to have you submit a trophy shot of the animal and the link to the hunt. And with the trophy shot of the animal, you'll have to type in the score of the animal. That way I know what to look for. Even if the competition is based on weight. Now, back to the current order of business. We're going to Val-Des-Bois. And if you've been paying attention to what my Val-Des-Bois has looked like recently versus what it looks like now, you might notice a few things have been added. Climbing and tents. In very key locations. April is the Alpine Ibex. Grab your climbing gear. We're going to get some elevation going on. I'm going to start off at this tent here. I'm going to start at 9 a.m. Timing doesn't really matter. You can start at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever you want. I'm just going to start at 9. Alrighty. So I started, and right here I am in my Alpine camo. We're going to talk about the Ibex while we're up. So first of all, they have no attractants. There's no collar. There's no scent spray. They themselves don't actually call. If you're hearing noises from the Ibex, what you're going to be hearing is you're going to be hearing them slip on the super steep rocks, and it's an audio cue that you can register with your hunter mate, and it just sounds like a little tiny rock slide. Like, that's what it sounds like. The other noises you're going to hear from them, you will hear, I don't think you can get it on your hunter mate, but you can hear two males fighting and like clashing their horns together. You can hear that noise. The other noise you can hear, which I use as like a location thing, you can hear their fleeing noise. So if you've ever hunted a roe deer in this game, you know that they come in like packs of 2, 3, and when they spook, they bark, right? The Alpine Ibex chirp, which I think is a weird term for it. And I mean, like, there's tons of rock ptarmigan up here, so that's a whole nother noise thing that you're gonna deal with. You're probably, like, your spotting and tracking skill for the rock ptarmigan is gonna skyrocket if it's not high at all yet. Just because if you're running around and you're, spooking them up, you're gonna be, like, running over them almost. And you're gonna spot them because they're close. And then there's, all the tracks and all the confusion. It happens. But this is why you want the spotting scope. I thought that was an Ibex. There's an Ibex. So, they're way out there, right? That's a good male. He's got a really nice curve. So, I'm gonna try and... I missed. I'd like him to move around a little bit. He did. Perfect. I'm gonna lay down on this rock. We're gonna shoot. Real quick. This is how I do it, okay? I know he's at 277, so he's pushing 300. There's another one with him. We'll spot it just for the skill. That's a female. That male. Alright. Here is that Ibex. Hit it. We spooked all the ones over here. These are female. It's fine. I'm not going to bother with them right now for the sake of the video. But that squeaking noise, that chirping noise, that sounds like basketball shoes on a court a little bit. That's their fleeing noise, like the roe deer's barking. Also, sunglasses really helps. That flicker, if it's in render, it's going to light up. So I can see it from here, and I can mark it. Stuck. You will get kind of caught up on some of the rocks. It happens. But I'm going to run up here. We'll go pick this guy up. Oh, there he is. Now, I will admit, this is a really good Ibex. I'm going to tell you something real quick before we pick him up. This is a really great. Nudge him a little. Okay. So Ibex are not only scored on length and circumference, they're also scored on the age bumps, which that was an Ibex slipping. But they're these like little stick out ridges. They're scored on those. Those are like a beauty point. Another beauty point you can get is the like curvature. And the third beauty point you can get is the color. The darker the horns, the better. So this is a really nice Ibex. We're going to pick him up just so you guys get an idea. Big Ibex is really anything over 250. I'm not going to finish that trophy shot. I'm not worried about it. But let's say you know, didn't shoot one where I shot one. But you end up running all the way up here. And you end up chasing these Ibex into one of two spots, right? So one of them is right up here behind this rock. You see that wall moving as I get closer? They will get stuck in that wall. Or you've got this one. Oops, I went down a hill. This one performing anti-gravity yaks over here. They can climb up literally vertical spaces. They will outclimb you. Especially if you're waiting on specific amounts of time. I'd like to spot the male one. I'm pretty sure a male went up there with them. Yeah, I was to shoot this guy, right? Alright, now I'm out of bullets. And I've got Ibex falling down. Totally fine. I've only got 10 more. We'll try to save them for some of the other spots. I'll probably at least load it. Now, this is where the sunglasses will again come in. So I'm gonna mark that one. I'm just gonna mark this rock because I know those two will be there, and these two should fall like right next to each other. Once they're done sliding, they will highlight. Alright. I don't know why it marked there when I can very clearly see that they're there. But you can only mark 3 spots in your hunter mate, so we'll just do that. I'm going to start off with the one up here that's going to seem the most impossible. I promise it's not. It's going to look like you're going to leave the reserve, but you're actually not. The first time I shot an Ibex up there, I thought it was gone forever. And then the second time, I decided I'd actually try to go get it. And lo and behold, you can. You're gonna walk over this way, away from the ice, towards where these bumpy rocks are. You might slide a couple times, but once you hit these two, not those two, but like that little patch of rocks there, you can turn back towards the ice, and you're up now. that's just it. You're up here. I don't think you can go much further because beyond that it is actually out of the reserve, but it's enough to get up here and get the Ibex that have climbed up, and we'll slide down into here. We'll pick this one up. Now, if this is your first time out on Val-Des-Bois, you're, you know, gonna set up your own map and all this stuff, you're gonna want to bring one thing with you. Medkits. Climbing gear is nice, but medkits is definitely something you're gonna want. You can slide down. How I do that without, you know, dying. So you're gonna hold S as you're going down, and you're gonna just wiggle back and forth on S and or A and D as you're holding S as you slide down, and you should be okay. A skull hit on that one. Now these rocks up here by this like kind of a false wall situation, this is also a hard one to get up. What you're gonna do is you're gonna aim right under this rock, go up, balance back and forth on that A and D key till you get right up to it, and then you can cut just to the left and come up here. Now sometimes if you spook the Ibex and they don't make it up the hill, they'll just be stuck here, faces in the wall. They can't see you, and you can just shoot them. Just saying. Let's go here. Slide down this way. And we'll pick up these two. Now this was a fairly good haul for Ibex on one spot for me. Usually I get like 3. That's all I have for you today. So enjoy yourselves. Get out here, get mountain climbing, go find the Ibex, and have a great time. I guess if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments or check the description for where I have all of the saved stuff. I'm gonna get run over. Woo, I got it. That squeaking noise is what gave her away. This might have been the one that I saw coming this way that I was like, oh look, movement. But that like, it's like basketball shoes on the court. Like that's what it sounds like to me. A little squeak. Some people say it's a chirp. It gives them away. That's what it does. But happy April. Welcome to the Alpine Ibex competition. Can't wait to see your submissions. And remember, submissions now, trophy shots. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!